The NibletK is live, I hope. The NibletK. Yeah, that sounds about right. Good. And hey there guys, welcome to Monday afternoon. I got me, since we didn't really arrive too late from now, I guess, home. We just got back a while ago. Went to see some houses. And then we had to make some pizza very quickly. And now, yeah, it's that time again. Let's continue with what you hear in the background. Tyranny. First I got Alt-Tab because Tyranny does not have a borderless window mode or some shit like that. Cool. So we ended up doing the edict thing, which is this edict of execution. We got 8 days to do something. Let's figure this shit out here. Once your companion joins your party, you can talk to them at any time by selecting the conversation icon on their portrait. Each companion who joins you will have important information about the world of Tyranny and their own opinions on the factions and situations you encounter. Knowing how they feel about events will allow you to make choices, then build your reputation with each companion. Companions will also interject their opinion into conversation you're having with other characters. How you respond to their statements will alter your reputation with the companion and others in the party. Okay, let's take a look at our inventory. Now, I have a question, which I'm gonna probably answer myself. Stash items. Show complete stash. Okay. Sell value. Item type, I guess. Low to high. High to low. Items. Okay. Oops. Now, if I press this, okay, we can't do that. If this is here, I wonder if I can use this in combat if it's here, like +1 finesse. Walking death. Sure, let's put this on our character, I guess. I don't know. Trying things. Water. +1 resolve. That's a lot of stuff. Fruit. Whatever. We currently only have these things. Okay, let's try this with the mead. That gives us might. Defense. Oh, we got a bow. Sure, I actually wanted to see, because I want to make her ranged. So she has a Tearsman spine bow, and this is a Warren's short bow. Okay, I guess I gotta do that. Okay. It is kind of the same thing. It's exactly the same thing. Does it look cooler? Probably not. Okay, so I can put that there. Let's take a look at you. You have some things over here. We're gonna be taking some bites over here until we figure out some shit. She has currently Burning Arrow and Skewer. And these are my quests. I want to go around and talk with everyone once more. It's favored. Okay, verse, Graven Ash, blah blah blah. Okay. This we cannot do yet. Spire. Oh, we don't know what that is. Okay. Since I can't do that.
I see you there.
That is very loud sometimes. How did I go about choosing how she reacted? Left click to toggle party AI, right click to change. Oh, so that's off and that's on. So I want actually her to be Archer. Yes. Me, I'm okay. Let's see. Weapons. Wait, what? Oh, that switches automatically. Okay, so now we're on bow. Battle stances. We got Seeking Sheath, 10% accuracy. Red Geyser, minus 10% dodge, adds bonus damage to your next attack equal to 50% the damage received from attackers. And this is just 3 whispers, 20%. I keep saying percent, but this is just 20 dodge. Okay, we got increased accuracy. I like that. Good. Combo abilities, talents, spells, artifact abilities. Okay. Rep abilities. Oh, quick items. Okay. Is that me? Is that me right now? Yeah. We be live. Okay. Let's take a look. We got some things here. Pentibor.
You got it.
Wait. We need to get everyone on board. Let's talk to Pentibor again. Fatebinder, he needs something else? You know that if the disfavored suffer a merchant in their camp, that must be a man selling only the finest provisions and armaments. He points to his collection of shields, rations, satchels, wineskins, and other sundries. Take a look and see if something interests you. How did you come to work for the disfavored? Hard work and good suppliers. When Tunon's men came to my village, all the merchants were given different lists of what they were or weren't permitted to trade. In Kairos' wisdom, my record must have been a good one, because I was given the right to trade in all manner of goods, mostly importantly, arms. Not a lot of merchants can legally sell weapons. It was like that even before Kairos. Let me see your wares. All items. I can sell these things. I don't think I'll sell right now. Also,
on the lookout.
can we actually do something like that? Wow, they're really slow. I don't like that. Stealth is really slow. Okay, I've done that. We've done that. Let's talk to Bitter Quip again. Back again. Have you little to do besides standing around in the disfavored camp? Okay. So he has nothing new to say. Let's talk to Cerberus. Welcome back, Fatebinder. What is it you need? Okay, nothing here. Who are you? Who are they? I can wait to get out of this camp. Okay. Marcus? Training. Ranks trainable this level. Oh, we gotta really figure out what we want. Okay. That's the tent. Let's do a quick save. See what happens if we go in here. No, I don't want to rest for 8 hours. Let's keep her more in the back.
What have we here?
Where? Ooh. That was... I thought I saw this before. Oh, what do we have here? Beast blood, lesser healing. Let's give that to her. Take all of those. Nice. Can we do anything else? No. Can we talk to you? I'm just watching the troops. Yo, Breaker already did something. Let's talk to you. Curses the air, and as a blade of the thin iron breaks in half beneath his hammer. Repairing weapons with scrap isn't exactly what I got into this craft, but our supplies are spent. Why not forge bronze? Bronze will do in a pinch, don't get me wrong. It can take a beating and get bent back into shape, unlike the stubborn iron we have here. He glances at a pile of his work with dread. And we always have plenty of tin and copper lying around, so supplies aren't the problem. It's a rare smith who can churn out military-grade bronze consistently. More often than not, it comes out soft. Look around camp. We're garbing the Legion head to toe in iron because it's cheap and easier to produce for the masses. Couldn't do that with bronze. They call the disfavored the Iron Legion for a reason. Strategy and skill may be our backbone, but our claws are made of iron. The good stuff that comes from the smiths in Lethian's Crossing. Why not forge your own iron? Only the forge-bound smiths can make the stuff. They know the secrets of iron. All I can do is mend and maintain their craft. It takes a master, nay, an artist, to make a piece of iron fit for an indomitable soldier such as a disfavored. You mentioned an iron shortage. I'm afraid so. The last shipment sent down Damatani went missing near Echo Call Crossing, and I'm afraid we won't be seeing any more now that the valley is sealed. Forge-bound iron is Tunon's responsibility. Why is this the first that I'm hearing of it? Keep your voice down. Isatanis flinches and lowers his own. Graven Ash doesn't want to cause panic or pass any information to the Vendrian Guard. Best case scenario, the iron tumbled off a boat and is rusting on a riverbend. Worst case, it ends up in enemy hands. If I find myself in Echo Call, I suppose I can keep an eye out. I appreciate that, as does the great general. More than you might guess. Maybe he isn't quick to offer his thanks to outsiders, but I know he'll be grateful for your help. It would be a boon to the war effort if your iron was recovered. You can trust me to handle this favored gain iron. Okay. I'm here to help, even if that means cleaning up the Archon's mess. Nah. I knew that Tunon wouldn't have dispatched you without good reason. Obviously. I do what the fuck I want. The court isn't exactly known for gambling when the stakes are high. He glances to a crate beside him and points to a small set of notches on the wood. You see that? That is how we tell apart our iron shipments from the rest. Inconspicuous, so people don't go snooping around. You want to keep your eye out for these. Good hunting. Wait, eye out for what? He glances at the crate beside him. That? Okay. And points to a small set of notches on the wood. Those things? Probably. You look like a competent fighter. Why aren't you swinging the hammer into the enemy's face? Ooh, nice. With that, Ash and the Legion gave me the opportunity. During our training at Fort Resolution, I demonstrated some skill with the craftsman's hammer. Now whenever there's arms or armor to be mended and no forge-bound in attendance, they look at me. He huffs and wipes a line of sweat from his brow, which is often. Guild apprentice requirement not met. Okay. I'd like to see your wares. New quest. Okay. Ooh. That's light armor, and this is also light armor. Zero crush. What? 3 piercing. Deflection 11%. Oath-bound helmet. Okay. Stone shield, tower shield. Ooh. Recovery is lower. Parry is 25. Dodge and endurance. Holy smokes, that's a shield. That's a shield, mate. Can't afford it. It's 12 bronze rings. I have 5. Okay. So Sterling Hagnon. Oh, yeah, Fog of War. Okay, let's see what else. Stone Shield. Oh, who are you? Barak. Hey there, Barak. You can't make out the ironclad soldier's expression under his twisted helmet. He merely stares at you. Okay. I think I have to talk to her. The Battle of Echo Call Crossing. Speak with Iron Marshal Aranios. Taking out the valley. Speak with the 5th Eye at the Scarlet Chorus camp. Okay. Explore Echo Call Crossing for clues and missing shipment of iron. Okay, so that's the same thing. Go to the Northern Clearing. Travel to the Northern Clearing to search for the Earthshaker reinforcements. The Stone Sea is the name given to what remains of the land of Azure after Kairos' Edict of Stone devastated the landscape. Okay, so we got these two are the same, and then that's also main mission apparently, and then something. Bum. Okay. Iron Marshal Aranios. Don't just cuddle the impact. Push back with your shield. Take the momentum. Iron Marshal, field commander of the disfavored, pounds her fist in the air as she calls out to the warriors on the training field. I said eyes on the opponent's waistline. If you spend more than a glance checking his footwork, you're lost. The disfavored officer turns to you, adjusting her pale golden surcoat. Judging from her uniform, this is the Iron Marshal's Arion's first among equals and the Iron Guard, Gravenash's inner circle of trusted followers, charged with being the duties of leadership. Man, I'm very satiated today. Leadership, logistics, and training. There's rarely a quiet day for the second in command of the disfavored legion. Okay, adjusting her pale golden surcoat as she clears her throat. Need to stay on top of the troops, or their skill will rust. It's for their own good, even if they don't believe it. How are your warriors reacting to the edict? Kairos' ultimatum has the camp on edge, some with dread, but most are rife with anticipation. She points to the men sparring in the field. We have a lot of brothers and sisters to avenge, and the warriors are eager to take out some aggression. I, for one, choose to see the edict as a blessing, for it forces the generals to act, and we're long overdue. It was mentioned you're short on warriors and need help. What's the situation? I have brigades amassing along Placid Echo Call, and Little Sooth crossings. The Vendrian Guard may be able to hold one bridge, but they cannot hold against a concerted three-pronged attack. I have no right to give you orders, but, her words falter, a short cough breaking her flow. But we all die to Kairos' edicts, should we fail. So I'm not about to let my pride blind me to the value of good help. This is the second major attack on the river, correct? What happened last time? Defeat in detail. We carved a bloody path up to the river, but at the point everyone who charged ahead was lost. We had no chorus backup, it was just a few disfavored squads. I can't tell you exactly how they were defeated, but we lost the whole assault team. She shakes her head, letting out a long painted sigh. We found bodies washing up in the river for days. It's not often the Tearsmen put up such a good fight. It certainly made us reevaluate the numbers we'll need to take this valley. Oh, really? Are you sure our scouts didn't give you all sorts of details about the enemy and you just chose to disregard our warnings? I'm sure the disfavored would have heeded any such advice. It sounds like your lack of caution is to blame, not the Scarlet Chorus. I'm sure the disfavored would have heeded any such advice. Sounds like your lack of caution is to blame, not the Scarlet Chorus. Lack of caution? My legion is my family. I do not play loosely with their lives. The only blame here is on the Oathbreakers. It is their intransigence that created this conflict in the first place. There's no need to blame your teeth, at least. I can hear them grinding from over here. What's the value of taking the crossing? We can't just march from here to the citadel with the Vendrian Guard, meaning the riverbanks. Fording troops and supplies through even the narrowest point of the river makes us vulnerable to attack, especially since our armor wasn't built for swimming. Okay. She points north toward the mountain spike looming on the horizon. If we can take the river, we have a clear march to the citadel, and Ascension Hall will be ours in no time. The disfavored need my help. We can't quick save in these things. Trying to pour salt on my pride, we left Fort Resolution with 100 and 100 and there on 100, and there have been no reinforcements or reserves. I keep throwing warriors back into battle before they're properly rested. So yes, I need to rely on all our allies, especially since most of our allies are conscripted Tearsmen, worse than useless. If the disfavored didn't take every opportunity to insult the Scarlet Chorus, perhaps you'd find our help more forthcoming. Shut your snout, filthy mongrel. I won't suffer childish japs in my camp. She has a point. The disfavored constantly mock the Scarlet Chorus. Glare at verse. You speak out of turn and offend our host. Oh my god, I can only do these things? Well, actually she does have a point. They do constantly jab at them. The disfavored have history, pedigree, proper training, all the things the Southerns conscripts lack. We didn't train for decades to be peers and equals of these traitor tearsmen. We've lived lives of dedication to Kairos, and the chorus accepts any fickle coward too fearful to die by their conviction. What you're seeing here is disfavored bigotry at its finest. I am somehow at fault because my country wasn't conquered before I was born. Forget that I chose Kairos. Forget that I chose the Scarlet Chorus. Forget that I chose to fight off rapists and killers to earn my place in the army, just for the disfavor to call me a worthless turncoat to my face. No one gave me a suit of armor that I could hide behind. No one issued me a sword and a measure of authority. I took everything that I have and I fight every day to keep it. Fucking northern swine. My frustration was aimed at those in the chorus who accept Kairos lightly. The commander withdraws a half-pace. Like loyalty were some shifting breeze. I will assist. Then our plan just might work. The Iron Marshal lifts her gauntlet close to her face, shifting her eyes from you to the metal articulations. We are loath to work with those who do not share our training and our values, but we know that Tunon, the adjudicator, selects only the most capable minds of his court, and I trust you will honor us on the field. Antio will be leading the charge at Echo Call Crossing. Assisting you will be Barik of the Stone Shields. She points to a heavily armored soldier standing sentry at the edge of the training field. That's this guy. Before you ask, no, the Forge-bound weren't sloshed on Dappleseed when they fitted his armor. He survived the full force of the Edict of Storms, and this armor doesn't exactly come off. Tactically, it's quite brilliant, but otherwise, it's something of a curse. The Forge-bound are magesmiths sworn to Kairos' service, though their operations in the tiers are overseen by Tunon and his court of Fatebinders. Each forge bound uses magic as a tool to augment their personal craft, most commonly smelting and metalworking, but carpenters, tailors, and tanners are found in the ranks, and each mage strives to create that which is impossible. Okay. Barik, come meet the Fatebinder. Okay. Ooh, look at him. Nice.
Fatebinder, the Iron Marshal has tasked me with keeping you alive, and I have no intention of disappointing her. That should be enough assurance for anyone.
An honor.
Likewise, good binder.
Barik, is that you under there? I had no idea you were in Vendrian's well. Fatebinder, do you know this walking anchor?
Just a minute. You two know each other?
No. Oh, that is to say, yes. I'm already as familiar with this ironclad halfwit as I care to be.
She regards Barrett with a mixed look.
We don't have time to trade jabs today, Verse. After the siege, you can throw as many tantrums as you please. I suggest that we remain focused on the mission.
No offense to the mission, but seeing you looking like a garbage heap and reeking of a mass grave is more amusing by far. Did you forget how to don your armor, or did Graven Ash leave you out in the rain?
Oh my god. Barrick sighs, a frustrated growl shaking his iron enclosure of a suit. I encountered Barrick in the Stalwart campaign. Though he appears much changed, he's an excellent soldier. Yeah, sure. Let's do this.
You're generous to say so. I'm afraid I left the better part of myself on the killing fields of Stalwart. But it's still in my pride and honor to serve the Legion.
His voice falters. You can't tell if it's hesitation or regret that stalls him. The Fatebinder will be joining us for the push across the river. I figured an extra hand might help. And more importantly, if my worries come true and the chorus tries to impede the mission, we will have an observer from the court on our side.
We were on less than agreeable terms during the conquest. You misrepresented the Legion to the Scarlet Chorus when some of our greatest victories took place at Stalwart. A shame you went to battle with your eyes closed.
Wait, what? Conquest decision. When the disfavored blamed the Scarlet Chorus for a negligence on the battlefield, you punished the Iron Legion for presenting little evidence to back up their claims. Any choice would have challenged your impartiality in your army's eyes, but you stuck by your convictions.
It's just my luck that I'm assigned to one of Tunan's legal clerks. I'm sure you think the rules don't apply to you, but I'm counting on you working with me and my squad to stop these Oathbreakers.
Oh, he hates me. He hates me a lot. I asked that Barrick accompany you there to arbitrate the cooperations between his company and the Scarlet Chorus. Barrick, you've been without a cohort since the last Battle of Stalwart. It's time we gave you a task more worthy than hauling wagons and leading training drills. Ash has assigned you to the Fatebinder service. You're to assume this task in ongoing until we find a more permanent spot for you, which could very well mean that swiftly approaching end of this war, or when the Fatebinder dismisses you. Is that understood? Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. That's an order, Barrick. She shakes her head and sighs, returning her focus. He can be as stubborn as pulling a spire out of the earth, but he's a good soldier. I hope you don't mind the company. I'm honored to have a member of the Iron Legion at my side. Okay. Excellent. I look forward to your success in the field. Oh, nice. Oh, that's cool. So now we have a new guy. What do you have? You have a disfavored iron sword and a disfavored shield. A phalanx is a one-handed something that also has guarded strike, has armor penetration, better range, and better DPS. Sure, let's do that. Guess I'll put that there for now. For now. I can't give him anything else. Cool. He has some potions. She has 6. He only has 2. Let's give him another potion. Bum. Visibility. We don't need that. Wait, what's this? Spire. Hide. Hide quickly. Oh. Wait a minute. That says barrack 1 attribute point. Oh, there we go. So what do you have most? Might and resolve. Gives us a lot of defense against magic, will, and endurance. Two-handed weapons goes up, which is not really great, and lore, which also apparently is not that great. He has a lot of dodge. Dodge is here. Wits might actually not be bad. I mean, it gives him magic stuff, which is ugh. It does give him a subterfuge, dodge, lore, parry. Only that goes up a little bit. Might. Oh yeah, one-handed weapons goes up a lot. Accuracy doesn't really help that much. This gets our two-handed, our lore up, and all the resistances. So he might not hit very hard, but I want him to be a tank. Yeah, let's save that. What do we have here? Ooh, Barak gets also a talent point. So he has Punisher and Sentinel. Striking Iron. Striking a single enemy, dealing significant increased damage if the target is engaging Barak. Art of Blade. Increases one-handed and two-handed melee weapon damage. Blade's Embrace, dealing damage to all enemies nearby. This damage is increased for each enemy engaging Barak. Barak becomes an intimidating force on the battlefield. Enemies nearby Barak have their resolve reduced. Breaking the wall, engagement attack, okay. Training ground, suffering strength, last stand, stance, legs of iron, glory to the bold, resilient one. Issue a mocking invitation challenging enemies to attack. Ooh. Shield of Suffering. Heal all nearby allies and gain a damage absorption shield proportional to the health recovery. Ooh. Oh, this looks cool. What are these things? Take reduced damage. Ooh. Phalanx 1 stance. Oh, we're doing this. We're definitely doing that. Journal, sure. Barak is here. Ooh, Verse got Death from Above. Launch Verse into the air, allowing her to unleash a series of well-aimed arrows into the target from above. Above. Each of these arrows strike through and has armor penetration. Cool. Let's see. You are defend party. Protector. Okay. Sure. What do you have for skills? You have the striking iron, iron trolling. One per encounter. This is something we do together. Let's put that there. That's our mocking invitation. So that's the first one. Okay, you have your items there. That's our thingamabob. Okay, this is the ranged one. Okay, I guess I'll do this. These are close. These are ranged. We are in the ranged thing. Do you have stances? No, you just have weapon sets. Okay. Combo abilities. Talents. Cool. Okay. Let's do a save. And
let's be off.
Let's go. She's a little bit damaged. Curious in the options. If we take a look at the graphics. Hide selection in big heads. What is Gibbs? Oh, that's the... I don't think I can zoom out more. Zoom out. E. Subterfuge 39. There's one more thing I want to look at. So, yeah, let's do this like that. 2 tanks, and then she's in the back. Was there one more thing? Oh yeah, I wanted to talk with them. How did you do that? Do what? Back in the Archon's war tent, you cast an edict as casually as reading a supply shipment. How did you do that? Well, I've done it before. Don't I look stupid? You were the one who caused the Edict of Storms on Stalwart, didn't you? The one that tore a battlefield apart with the cyclone of Kairos' anger. That was me, alright. Well, call me impressed, considering that you've read the words of Kairos more than once. I'm surprised that you're even alive to tell of it. Your vocal cords should have turned to ash by now. I'm not trying to make you feel uncomfortable. It's just worth recognizing that you're what you've done. Not only are you Tunon's Fatebinder, you're the mouthpiece of the Overlord. Gives me plenty of reason to stick around. You're going places, and I want to see where they lead. Let's see what we can talk with him.
You look as if you have something on your mind. By all means.
We got a loyalty 1 with him.
What can I do for you?
I'd like to know more about you. I am the line your enemies cannot cross. All other details are meaningless, but I suspect you have some thirst for details, so ask away. Did you seek the trade of war, or did it find you? Both, I suppose. I knew fighting was in my blood, and the disfavored offered me a chance to use my skill to bring peace. Otherwise, I'd have wound out some brigand or an enforcer to a crooked merchant. Think Ash and his legion bring peace? That's cute, but it doesn't hold water from where I'm standing, big guy. I've seen them spill as much blood as any chorus gang. You've clearly been too busy sacking villages and stealing crops to notice how a proper army conducts a war. We sow order, not discord. You two are worse than Ash and the voices. Stop this at once. Well, Verse has a point that this favorite could reconsider their approach. Nah, stop. Okay. Barak glares at you with distaste. Speaking ill of the great general is not wise while I am in earshot, Fatebinder. Hey, the boss has a point. Trading jabs is fun, but it's not going to get us anywhere. May I continue my story, or do you plan on interrupting again? The disfavored needed recruits in anticipation of the march south, and they offered to care for my mother and brother as long as I stayed in the Legion, which is a better guarantee than you'll find anywhere else. I was an elite fighter as far as most were concerned, though still green by disfavored standards. Luckily for everyone, my skills improved under the Iron Marshal's rigorous training. Tell me about your name. Barak is a shortening of my northern surname, which has been passed down through the generations since Graven Ash assembled his army. I go by it because I wear it with pride. The proper form is Barakonen. Cool. Beyond its age and association with the General's Legion, the name of Barakonen has no great titles or associations. I hold no claim to the great house or legacy, save for the disfavored. They are all the kin I need. What's the story with your armor?
It is a symbol of Kairos' will, one that I am not likely to forget. I found this armor. Perhaps it would be better to say that it found me during the Edict of Storms.
I proclaim the edict. Where were you when it struck? I had taken to battle, knowing full well that the edict was approaching, and the people of Stalwart were prepared. You were chosen to pronounce the Edict of Storms that devastated much of the realm of Stalwart. Before delivering the edict, you warned the Stalwart defenders of its imminent arrival. Your desperate effort was intended to secure their surrender, but you managed to spare many lives in the process. In spite of every setback, my senses of duty compelled me to march on the stronghold in the heart of the realm. Our march was a hasty one. A cohort of the disfavored soldiers vanished in the second year of the war, among them the daughter of Graven Ash. Oh. After a long silence, we learned that she was held in the fortress of Sentinel Stand. Go on. As we surrounded the citadel, I heard the opening peals of thunder. As the scout I was busy trying to kill. Then the winds hit like an avalanche. Many of us begged Kairos for deliverance. What else were we to do? The winds knocked the legs of our offensive out from under us. All the decorated soldiers I brought to the battle were swept up and dashed to pieces, their armor and bodies mixed with the dirt of a tornado that spun in maddening revolutions. A piece of the citadel wall broke off and nearly crushed my skull. I only remember a few scattered moments from the storm, like the flying bits of bronze and iron cutting my flesh, the severed limbs of fallen soldiers tumbling through the air. Eventually, I woke up, thinking myself trapped under rubble. When I rose and felt like I was buckling under my own weight, that's when I realized I was stuck, right and truly stuck inside this heap of scrap. Looks like pretty solid protection. That would be an understatement, if only it protected me from foolish questions. Okay, sorry. Do you handle your own repairs? I tried to keep the surface oiled to slow the spreading rust, and I bent the plates from time to time, but repairs, maintenance, no. If you have any ideas of how to better maintain this situation, I'm open to discussing them. Back to my questions about you. Okay. As with all disfavored, I assume you grew up in the Northern Empire. That's right. I grew up in Bell's Rest, and then trained at Fort Resolution before they marched me out to support the second cohort. I hope to spend my resting years in Freton Shores, unless of course I die in glorious battle, which would be preferable. My mother is good with the soil, my father with rings. He spends much of his time away on one merchant's errand or another. Still, I'm lucky to say they're both alive. Whoa, okay. Tell me about the disfavored. We're the Iron Legion, the warrior elite of Kairos fighting force. I could easily lose count of the hours extolling our glories. What is it you'd like to know? Have you fought in any notable battles? I served in Stalwart of the better part of the years, faced the enemy everywhere from Coral Run to Sentinel Stand. I lost count of the battles. It seemed like we fought every other day. Some of our best victories took place there, fighting an enemy worthy of our iron, but we were not successful enough to please the Overlord, and the final intervention was harsh on us all. I had an unusual view of the Edict of Storms. Kairos' judgments left its marks on me. Okay, tell me about Graven Ash. Graven Ash is the general of disfavored, veteran of centuries of battle, and an Archon without peer. I will follow him to the void and back without question. How did he come to serve Kairos? Before the uniting of the Northern Empire, Graven Ash served as a warlord in the service of one of our local kings that defied Kairos' rule. Incredible as it may seem, Ash stood against Kairos' rule. Though his army was dismantled by Kairos' overwhelming numbers, Ash's forces performed admirably. It was said that he and his troops claimed 77 lives for each of their own. Kairos took an interest in the military genius that bloodied his army. Graven Ash was summoned to the conclave of Archons, and though he was sent in chains, he left as an Archon, having been granted a position of power in Kairos' great host of war. Thus the disfavored were born. All of us today trace our line back to those warriors that impressed Kairos. with their will and tenacity. The only difference is now we fight on the winning side. Though the general seldom speaks of it, I know that Ash humbled himself in order to spare his troops the brunt of Kairos' punishment. His loyalty to the old blood of the North is beyond question. He made the right choice to save his troops. And he would make it again to save any of us. There has never been a more devoted and attentive leader. What else do you know? As an Archon, what magic does he wield? Ash works his magic through us, his soldiers. When we do battle, Ash seems to know the events even before our runners have given word. Most importantly, though, he protects us. It's a bit tricky to explain unless you've experienced it. I can think of countless times I've been struck by a spear or hit with an axe and even run through with an arrow. And in each of those moments, the pain and injury just cease to be. None of us know how he does it, or how he can sense that we're in danger and intervene from afar, but I suppose that's why he's an Archon. What he does probably wouldn't make sense to someone like me. What else do you know about his past? I follow him into battle. I am not his personal scribe, and if I did know more of him, it would not be my place to say. How do you feel about Graven Ash? How do I feel about him? Archon Ash is the bravest, warmest, most compassionate general who ever lived. He's a living icon of leadership and courage. Ash is a soldier, but he doesn't kill for sport, a leader, but he doesn't issue commands to hear himself talk. He demands discipline and sober conduct of his troops, and I applaud such standards. Oh my god, we can talk to him forever. Why are you so talkative, boy? You're the mountain. You should not speak a lot. Just be there. Meat shield. What can you tell me about your time in the Legion? I joined the Legion 3 years before the conquest of the Tiers began. Though handy with a few weapons, my C's made me the perfect addition to the Phalanx. I've served with the Stone Shields ever since. Proud to say I've stood front row, right corner in over a dozen battles. That has been my place ever since the Iron Marshal gave me the assignment. What of the other disfavored lieutenants? They are Graven Ash's most trusted officers and warrior from the Iron Guard. Between Ash's arcane powers of command and his cadre of gifted leaders, and there is little confusion of chaos in the ranks. Tell me of the one they call Iron Marshal. She takes it upon herself to train and harden our greener recruits. Not only that, she has a keen eye for talent and how to foster it for leadership. She is the youngest member of the Iron Guard. Her family line served the disfavored back before Ash bowed to Kairos. Say what you will of how many seasons she's weathered, her lineage is impressive beyond measure. What of Cairn's disciple, Radix? Oh, the Archon of Stone. An Earthshaker who swore service to Cairn a few years before the conquest. Since Cairn is gone, the cult now follows Radix. Unlike his Archon, at least he knows how to follow orders. To his credit, Radix seems to appreciate the honor of fighting alongside the disfavored Cairn. Was always peeved to be invited in the glory. The mages seem a necessary complication. They are insubordinate and can't lug their own supplies. But I would not want to go to war without their spells of tremor and leaping stones. What of the Scoutmaster, Marek? Marek is a devoted leader, and Ash seems to hold his council in high regard. Both set their troops ahead of themselves, which I'm sure is why they work so well together. He's no magician, but he doesn't share a special connection to his warband, and they are entrusted with the most important scouting assignments. They say he can see what his scouts see, hear what they hear. Cool. What of the veteran warrior, Varimas? He is the finest of us, second only to Ash. Varimas is an evocatus, a soldier who lived to see the end of his term of service. It's rare for anyone to survive that long, much less willingly return. These days he lends his tactical expertise to Graven Ash, though by all rights he should be enjoying his twilight years in a seat of honor and dignity. Why didn't the Legion prevent the uprising of Vadrian as well? I think that's a question you ought to ask the Scarlet Chorus. They too were charged with ensuring the locals remaining vanquished and unarmed. The disfavored are Kairos' elite, and the duty was theirs to fail. I would say the Vendrian Guard are really the only guilty party. It was their rebellion after all. I don't know which one to take. Kind of want to take, loyalty and work on that. Let's do that. If the chorus had conscripted more aggressively, perhaps there would not have been an uprising. Agreed. We have never relied upon Scarlet Chorus to win victories, only to recruit in numbers and secure our holdings. They were asleep on the watch. The Vendrian Guard should have been slaves on the chorus, not free men and women allowed to plot and conspire. What more can you tell me of the Legion? The disfavored accepts only the finest warriors. We are all volunteers and soldiers by trade, not farmers and fishmongers pressed into service. There is a century of tradition, honor, and tactical mastery in our ranks. We don't just let anyone into the Legion. Only Northmen of character and prowess are welcome. What if a capable Tearsman wished to join? We would not recruit even a champion of the Tearsmen. Each soldier in the Legion is tied by blood and fealty to those that stood with Graven Ash during the coming of Kairos. That is part of who we are and what will never change. So why is the Legion called the disfavored? It is a name born in shame, now worn in honor. After Graven Ash stood against Kairos, he was forced to give up much: his allegiance, his pride, and the name of his vaunted army. What was the Legion originally called? The name has been forgotten by all save Ash and Kairos, and it is considered bad form to bring up the topic. Since you didn't know any better, I'll say this much: disfavored is the only name by which one needs to know us. Oh my god. How much can we talk to this guy? I have some questions about the Scarlet Chorus. Our allies do not share the disfavored sense of honor and discipline. The Chorus will trust any criminal, rapist, and halfwit with a truncheon or blade. What would you like to know about the Scarlet Chorus? What do you know of the Voices of Norat? The Archon of Secrets? All I know are rumors. hearsays, speculations, but that's as much as anyone knows of the voices. Some accounts tell that he's actually dead, and the Overlord has trapped the minds of his foes in the same body to torture them all, as likely an explanation as any I've heard. In truth, I know little of the voices, and have reason to suspect almost anything about him could be true. You could tell me his tears turn cheese back into milk, and it would seem more sensible to believe you than not. What? Okay. Do you know anything of his power? I am no scholar of sorcery, but as I understand, the Voices of Narat is a thief of minds. They say he can swipe your thoughts and make them his own. I don't know how it works. When I recruited into the Disfavored, the Iron Marshal told me never to take an audience with the Voices if I didn't have a witness on hand. Do you think him disloyal? I really shouldn't comment on such matters. I hear his tears can turn cheese into milk. Very funny. Very amusing, Fatebinder. What do you know of his associate, the Archon Siren? Siren is the Archon of Song, and one of the youngest of her rank. She can influence human emotions with her voices alone. The voices may be the conductor of the chorus, but I'd argue Siren is their best weapon. The voices put her talent to good use. He had her singing a song up and down the coast, and the Tearsmen defected to the chorus in droves. Okay. What can you tell me of the troops and their tactics? Tactics? Duh. These are the first I've heard of them. The chorus is more of an irregular mob than a proper army. Still, it's a well-armed mob, and they even have a few proper warriors and magicians in their pitiful exclusive ranks. What do you know of their warriors? Most chorus rats are untrained peasants handed a knife or a pitchfork. It doesn't take much to qualify for the front lines. One only needs a beating heart, and even then the chorus could make do. Of course, not everyone in the chorus is an infirm child or sickly old crone. Some ex-soldiers and madmen join, and the fighting elite of the chorus form a clique known as the Scarlet Furies. Okay, well, just like verse. Barak is too dismissive by far, but he's right that the most recruits are novices pressed into service. Most will not survive the first few battles. Those who live will have experience to lead, and those who fall can easily be replaced. What sort of magic does the chorus use? The Blood Chanters are the mages who follow the Voices of Narat. Like the chorus itself, their order is not steeped in tradition and antiquity, rather built on knowledge stolen from other guilds. Their fire magic earns them a place on the battlefield, but they also have chants that stir the mind and the heart. The motherless sods have spells that can bolster a man's courage or tap into his fears. If the chorus is a mob, how is it led and supplied? The Voices of Narat gives orders to his elite commanders, who in turn send instructions out to the gang captains. But beneath that hierarchy, it is chaos. Whole gangs will break from the larger force and disperse back into their homelands. The chorus is inefficient beyond words, and yet more bodies keep coming in to replace those lost in the mess. Inefficient? Every weakling lost in the shuffle is one less burden to those in the chore, still dancing to the song of battle. Our ways must be harsh, otherwise the stupid and the soft will inherit the chant. The chorus has a lot of mouths to feed, so the conscripts that can't or won't fight are made to gather food and water, else, I'm told, they're fed to the pigs, becoming food and water in a sense. A fine contrast to the honor, efficiency, and decency of the disfavored. The Legion demands courage and tenacity, but provides us with good iron, and does not leave its soldiers to forage like vultures. How do you think that the Scarlet Chorus convinced so many Tearsmen to join? It began with Sirin. She had a song that got whole villages marching to her will, and once these peasants killed their neighbors or cousins in service of the Voices, it either hardened them into warriors or broke their minds for servitude. Lots of criminals and drifters joined the chorus too. It seems like the scum of the Tears just need the promise of glory and sanctioned debauchery to turn on their neighbors. It's not pretty, and it shouldn't be. The chorus is a forge. All the dirt of the Tears goes in, and the finest bits are refined into weapons. There are many that join the Scarlet Chorus because they wish to join the winning side. It's a shame that such patriots were not born to proper northern stock, too weak or too slight to be disfavored. That's very, very weird. They're really like, nope, only pure race can be disfavored. The Scarlet Chorus is their best freedom from fealty to the younger realms. Oh, okay. Not everyone has the fortune of gaining Tunon's favor. Better that the Tearsmen serve Kairos in some capacity than have them rot in a mass grave. That this favored turn away all people of the Tears? That seems selective to the point of foolishness. The Tearsman would only be a weakling in a disfavored shield wall. Better that the Tearsmen serve Kairos in some capacity than have them rot in the mass graves. They'd be best served lugging grain for the disfavored. But you're certainly correct. Even the lowliest Tearsman deserves the chance to serve, even as fodder for the front lines. Enough about the Scarlet Chorus.
Good. Let's move on to another matter.
What can you tell me about the Tears? Uphill both ways and full of dumb sods. I learned some history in training and I've been here for a few years, but I'm no expert. Wait. What is your assessment of the local forces? There was a time early in the war when I would have feared the younger realms working together. Imagine that. Once I saw the modest scope of their defensive, I knew they would be easily outclassed. They couldn't even rally their best to make a competent stand. Oh my god, there's so much lore and stuff to learn. Tell me about the Vadrian Guard. They used to be the Queen's Royal Army of Vendrian. I guess defeat inclined them to a shorter name. We crushed them back in 429. I'm proud to say I took part in the decisive battle. You know the rest. A year after we thought them conquered, thousands of Hadrian Oathbreakers murdered the garrison and declared themselves free of the Overlord's rule. Tell me of the Unbroken. The Unbroken was the proud and accomplished army of the realm of the Stalwart. Okay. Union of Stalwart. May they rot in the decrepitude of their fallen realm. Much as it pains me to admit it, in all the realms of Tears, the Unbroken have been the only foe worthy to meet the disfavored in battle. The Unbroken value tradition, just as we do. Stalwart has never lost a war on their own soil, a reputation they take quite seriously. It is fortunate that Stalwart has poor relations with all its neighbors. The rest of the Tears will not come to their aid, so as bravely as they fight, their end is inevitable. Bronze Brotherhood. Mercenaries from the free cities. The chorus needed extra muscle, and you can always mint new rings. Hard to believe the Tearsmen turned on each other for mere loops of metal. The Bronze Brotherhood worshipped scourges, yes, those monsters from the old walls. The mercenaries are grown adults with willingly admire a magical abomination. Read into that what you will. Okay?
Go on, Fatebinder.
What do you know of the youngest realms? Before we marched to the Bastard Tier, I recall Graven Ash giving us a speech as we stood assembled at Fort Resolution. He told us that the younger realms lacked the sense to make a stand against us. I didn't think I needed to point out that the average Tearsman is just plainly inferior to the sons and daughters of the North. For every one of us they kill, we must drag a score and a half bleeding into the soil with us. I didn't help that they're afraid of magic and relied on their battlefield prowess to stage a defense. What do you know of the Beastmen? They drilled us on Beastman combat before the invasion, but it did little to prepare us. The local savages are lacking in brains, hygiene, and the ability to arm themselves, yet the prime hunters of their species are formidable. Aside from being rapacious killers, the Beastmen make good haulers and laborers. Once you've killed half that won't follow orders. Wow. Wait, what? Swords and javelins emerge from barracks armor and fly into the cloud. Oh, cool. So where's that thing? This? Oh, cool. Let's do another huge save. What's that? Oh, that's a quick save. Wow. I have never been so out of breath. Ooh. Scarlet Chorus Camp, Echo Call Crossing, and Northern Clearing. Can you access your thingamabob from here? No. So let's go here because it's the closest. Whoop! Your path is blocked by a small group of Hadrian Guard. You can go no further until you deal with them. Cool. Hey, can I kill those? Oh.
That's far enough, Fatebinder.
Ebb. That's far enough. Okay, a woman voice booms from atop a nearby outcropping. Flashes of aquamarine body paint. A blue body pigment, bladed staff, and complex braided attire are the traditional trappings of the School of Tides. According to Fatebinder Rogalus, the majority of the school fled before the coming of Kairos. The remaining were last seen during the first campaign in Vadrian's Well. The School of Tides traditionally studies the magic of water and grave light, the art of directing the moon's arcane light into baleful, searing energy. Flanked on either side by warriors dressed in the Vandrian garb regalia, the woman leans on an elaborate bladed staff pulsing with arcane energy. A swath of blue fabric rests draped over her arm, a symbol of diplomacy and truce recognized across most of the known world. Okay.
In accordance with ancient customs
She's
north
void,
and south,
so she's
I
important.
offer and request a delay of blade. There are matters we must discuss without fear of reprisal.
Okay. In accordance with ancient customs north and south, I abide by this truce.
As is our custom, we are ready to kill to defend our lands, but we kill only in fair battle. We don't slay our prisoners. We know this isn't Kairos' way, but we must have hope. A few of my kin have gone missing, and though they may have perished, I have to inquire on the off chance they still live. If Captain Tarkus Deimos still lives, we would negotiate for his release.
One of the leaders of the attack on Edgaring Ruins, Tarkus Deimos, was subdued during the battle. In accordance with the disfavored, you ordered Deimos' execution. Oh, this is the... Ooh. Hey, good evening there, Fritz. What's up? Gain very major wrath with tune on. Because I don't abide the truth? Tune on is our Archon. Oh, okay. Yeah, he's dead.
I see. That is as I feared, but thank you for telling me all the same. I prefer closure to wishful thinking. If I may make one more inquiry, what of Palox Tyrell? Did he survive?
Who is Palox Tyrell? Joy, what are you doing here? You're a bad Kit Kat today. Let's see. Though you rarely have the luxury of matching names to the countless tearsmen you've encountered, you are reasonably certain she is asking about the Vendrian Guard warrior that took Drastus hostage at Edgaring Ruins. He did not survive the encounter. Oh. Okay. Joy. Be good. Another dead Oathbreaker. Whoever you will ask about next, I assure you nothing can be done. He's also dead. She nods slowly, saying nothing for a long moment.
My apologies, Fatebinder. I had a terrible feeling this errand was in vain from the start.
What do you mean?
I had no expectations that our friends could be saved, as I'm sure the time for swapping prisoners is long gone. But at least I know of what became of them. That'll have to be enough.
Sorry you did not find what you were seeking. I have some questions for you. Can we do that?
We shouldn't be socializing with Oathbreakers.
Shut up, Barrack.
I will entertain them as best I can. After all, understanding is the only hope we have. What is it you wish to know?
Why do you resist Kairos? What are you trying to save?
I grew up without my knee bent to Kairos, and if I'm going to bow to someone, let it be another Tearsman. We've ruled ourselves just fine for centuries, so we'll give our lives so that our sons and daughters might rule themselves.
The younger realms were beset with constant battle. You'd prefer that to Kairos' order? Only your daughters are really free in the tiers. Why fight against Kairos' equality? But a mage like you would not be the subject of such superstitions and fear under Kairos' reign.
You make conflict sound like a bad thing. Yes, the younger realms saw frequent battles, but it was never this wholesale slaughter like we've seen of late. No Tearsman ever cast an edict on the soil, or forced prisoners to kill each other, or butchered beastmen tribes.
Only your daughters are really free in the tiers. Why fight against Kairos' equality?
There's freedom, then there's trusting idiots with power. Give a man 1,000,000 marauders, he'll lose sleep worrying over his neighbor's 1,000. I prefer my realms ruled by the braver sex. For centuries we've left the lands to the women and the seas to the men. And we did plenty fine until Kairos came around.
What makes you think you have a chance?
Oh, we don't. Those who believed Kairos could be stopped all died years ago, in the first wave of fighting. It's not about the hope of victory. It's about the hope of inspiring others. It is very likely we will fall here in Vendrian's Well. But perhaps others will arise elsewhere.
Oh. But a mage like you would not be the subject of such superstition and fear under Kairos' reign.
I doubt life is any better sworn to some mad Archon. I'd rather stand with my fellow Tearsmen. Or, I suppose, stand immediately behind them in the event of an attack. Yeah, you heard me. Way things were years back, you'd all be calling me a water witch and conspiring to sell me out to the nearest sage. Just because I'm helping you stop Kairos doesn't mean I've forgotten the hospitality of ages past.
And people wonder why the Tearsmen could never unite in time to fight back. It's refreshing to see that some things never change.
Let me ask you something else. How did you and your friends overthrow the garrison?
I would joke that the voices of Narat left the gate unlatched, but dozens of warriors lost their lives taking the citadel. There was no secret to it. We simply attacked with speed and certainty at a time when the Archons were elsewhere in the tiers. The Scarlet Chorus had a rout, and what few disfavored soldiers were present made an impressive showing. But they were surrounded and overwhelmed once the chorus fled.
Who's in charge of this insurrection?
Listen to you. Thinking just like the Overlord wants you to think. There always has to be a person in charge or things don't make sense.
Kinda.
Well, we don't answer to anyone. We are each of us sons and daughters of the tiers, and take this task upon ourselves freely.
I don't think so.
Captain Tarkus Ari, former Falksman of Queen Vendrian Alanta, is the voice we trust when we seek unanimity.
So there is someone. I assume Tarkus Ari and Tarkus Deimos are relations?
Yes. Deimos was Ari's brother. We were certain he was dead, but the captain takes family seriously. So I volunteered to find some answers. And now here we are.
Did you kill any of the disfavored prisoners with magic?
That's some sort of trick question? No, we don't kill prisoners, magic or otherwise.
Were there prisoner swaps in the past?
That is our way, Binder. Here in the south, only thugs and bandits kill prisoners. The younger realms may be guilty of constant fighting, but we never slay each other when the battle's long over. We're not about to change that now. As a rule, Kairos' forces haven't been keen on swapping prisoners. But I know our disfavored prisoners aren't prisoners anymore. I just assumed they were swapped for some of our own.
Okay.
Fair enough. But now a question for you. The Edict. I can feel its magic coursing through the air. Everyone can. But those of us enlightened to the currents of magic feel it most. The wording of the Edict. What was it?
So, Barak doesn't really like if I'm upfront with her. I don't think I mind. I lose loyalty with him and gain fear.
In the name of the vaunted North, the will of Kairos should be delivered with blade and hammer, not to the ears of oathbreakers and compromisers.
Shh.
Curious. You did say all in the valley. So the edict will affect Kairos' forces? This is most unexpected.
Correct.
That is most troubling. So either the soldiers come to destroy and kill us, or the edict does the work. I suppose we should be so honored the Overlord is taking no chances on us.
He's taking no chances, period.
I've another question for you, if you will entertain it.
I will.
Are we really standing here and chatting with oathbreakers? It's hard to watch. Like cuddling a goat you're going to kill for dinner.
Oh my god. Ask your question, Eb.
When I was young, my parents told me the Tears were special, and the Overlord's edicts and armies could never touch us. Seems I've been told a hefty sum of lies. So answer this honestly for me, please. Is it true that Tunon's fate binders can smell truth from falsehood?
Tunon's fate binders can smell truth from false. No.
Thanks for that. I could see why you'd want to foster the mystique all the same. The School of Tides would always tell commoners we didn't know how to summon drinkable water. Once they find out, you can't eat in peace. And Kairos' edicts. I have heard the sages speak at length that some of the edicts elsewhere in the world have been broken. How is this?
The Overlord has some control over how the edict lingers, but Kairos only knows the exact details. Okay, I guess that's probably true.
Ah, so some edicts are forever. The rest are, as long as Kairos has in mind? Needless to say, Kairos' magic is unlike anything we've seen in any Archon.
True.
And one more mildly self-indulgent question, but I simply
Oh.
must know. Kairos, male or female?
I honestly do not know.
Really? You don't know either? You work for the Overlord, but you don't know if she, or he, has an innie or an outie?
No, I don't know, but I have it on good authority. The Imperial harem is stocked with both. I think the Overlord just wants to keep people guessing. Seems to work quite well. Would you feel better or worse to know you lost to a man or a woman? Why does this matter? Let's do this.
You may well be correct. I've heard speculation that Kairos is a brother and sister duo, but that sounds like utter rubbish. Find me 2 siblings that could work together for 4 centuries, and I've an ocean to sell you.
Cool.
You'll forgive, I hope, the questions. The Overlord and his Archons used to be things of legend. Now they're everyday maladies, and I'm eager to separate the truth from the lies I've been told by House and Guild.
Okay, I've gotten a lot of loyalty with them, and they're my enemy basically. Up to this point, I have no idea how the story will unfold.
In accordance to our most ancient customs, let us depart in honorable accord. May peace find you, Fatebinder.
She bows deeply, pounding her staff on the ground twice before turning to leave. Here, order! Well, that was cool. Quick save.
I got it.
Oh, there is stuff here. I'm curious of something. Let's do a quick save. So if I do this, can I...
Can't do that.
No. You can make out the faintest outlines of soldier arms in the bottom of the pond. A victim of precious battle in the area.
I got it.
So there's something here. Ooh. Rot spear? Vagrant's Chow. Removes a random hostile effect. Grasslands of the tier stretch far through the land. Much of the remains uninhabited. I don't know how easily... Oh. Missives. What is this? Tune on. The Will of Kairos. Guy. Oh, this is new. Word has reached this court that you have issued the Overlord's edict to the Archons of War and Secrets. Know that we understand fully the weight of this burden and appreciate the loyalty you show in its declaration. Provided you survive this spawn, your service will be duly recognized. As you navigate the idiosyncrasies and mutual antipathy of our Overlord's War Masters, remember that Kairos watches all with interest. Those who distinguish themselves, whether Fatebinder or Archon, have the opportunity to rise in the Overlord's esteem. Even now the northern courts whispered that the more successful of the 2 Archons will be granted rule over the whole of the peninsula. Similarly, your fortunes rest upon the decisions you make. Choose wisely. Tune on the Adjudicator, Archon of Justice. Thank him for the advice. Request clarification. Express. Thank you. Allow me to express my deep appreciation for this opportunity. Few in the Empire have the honor of treating with Archons, and fewer still of reading the empowered words of the Overlord. I endeavor always to emulate your exemplary foresight and judgment. I remain in all things your faithful servant. Send it. Nice. Okay. That was new. No. Anything? Where did they go? They go so fast. We've got more things to read
Found
over
something.
here. Oh, nice. I don't know how that works. You have received a missive, message of short messages carried by birds between distant parts of Kairos' empire. Click on the missive icon to, or press V to open the missive. Okay. And you have gained enough reputation to unlock a new ability. Open the reputation UI. What? To see the new ability available to your character. You killed a Scarlet Collar soldier 8 times. Most factions have abilities your character can acquire as you build reputation with them. In order to acquire these abilities, you must build enough favor or wrath with the factions. Reputation abilities are only granted to your character, not to other party members. Is that here? Reputations? Ooh! Or we almost have that one. We got the Iron Storm. We got that one. Ooh! Wait. Ebb? Terratus Embrace. So she is gonna be a party member. Ebb and the party are lifted into the sky. Ebb then radiates moonlight, healing allies and harming enemies. Whoa. Okay. Still don't know what that is. Oh, we're doing poorly on these guys, but whatever. Garnet. Chat log? Combat log. Okay. So it doesn't really say how it's not a real log apparently. Cool. So it doesn't matter where I use it, right? Okay. Let's do a quick save. Potion of Elemental Barrier. Can I not kill the deer? There's no like attack button. Ooh. Shiver Shank and Quiet Shiv. Take another step and I'll pin your foot to the dirt. Okay, we're like super in camp here. Let's start looking around. Those are chorus grounds. State your business or get lost. The guard places her hands by her belt as you approach, gripping the hilt of a blade. Past this point is chorus territory, and you don't look like someone conscript. You sure you're in the right place? I'm Guy, Fatebinder of Tunon. I am here to help vanquish the Oathbreakers. I'm always in the right place. Okay. That walking hunk of rust, what's he, she, maybe it doing here? Athletics. Wait, what? He's an allied warrior and my guard. You don't want to make an issue of this. Glare silently. Step in close, push her down. The disfavored thought I needed a minder, and I didn't want to hurt his feelings. You know what? I want those athletics skills. Before she can draw her blade, you advance, place your foot behind hers, and give her a stiff shove on the shoulder. Caught off balance, she tumbles backwards, triggered on an outburst of laughter in the other guard. I can't believe you sassed the Fatebinder. You're such a stupid ponce. Didn't I tell you we had a special guest coming? The guard waves you in with a smile. Come on in, and don't let the ninny shitters in camp give you any guff. Nice. So, did I gain anything? I really didn't look. Can we talk to her again? Okay. So, who do we have here? Scarlet Furies, Def Knell, Variacal Laundry. Those are something else. Horde. This barrel is full of murky red water. Battle plans are scribbled over a blood-stained map on the tiers. Water. Take that. Most of these provisions are withered with rot. Salveros.
What have we here?
Ooh, okay. Do a quick save. We have Rot Spear over here and Subterfuge. Nice. More lesser healings. And some camping supplies. Wait. You have reached the maximum supplies. Excuse me? That remains there, right? Horde. That's, yeah, loot. These spears are brittle and rusted. Let's see what we have here. A twisted iron sword. And we have a broken staff. Oh, I like looting everything first. The stench of piss and fecal matter emanate from this tent. Ugh.
Sorry, I can't.
Okay. What's this? Bentron's dagger. Subterfuge 47? Ooh, okay. That's not gonna happen soon. Okay, there's the resting spot. There's fifth eye. That's a weird symbol, I think. I didn't have that symbol before. Can we go there? Haven't been there, so what's that? The scroll sits here, growing with mystical energy. Not enough lore. Okay. Ooh, bronze ham. What? And bloodhound. Bloodhound leather. Is this good for you? It is. That is kind of a good hammer. Let's see. I have this. Yeah. We're gonna use the hammer. And you get light armor, leather, common armor 2. Has slash and fire armor, deflection 18. Nice. Cool. Let's do a save. So I can't do that. Still want to take a look outside first. Joy. I'm gonna kick your ass, little cat. Missy, you here. What do we have around? Ah, subterfuge 32.
Got it.
Hey. What do we have here? An iron great spear. It's two-handed. Potion of elemental barrier. Okay. Liking that. What's our subterfuge? She's almost gonna level. How do I see that here, right? 33, 41, 26. Okay. So we do have a quest here. We need to talk to someone. The general, I think, which is this guy, right? So let's talk to everyone else but him first. Let's see, Death Knell. You! So you're Tunon's Fatebinder. I was expecting something more impressive. Death Knell, Scarlet Fury. My time is yours for as long as it amuses me. Let's get one thing clear. Stick to your words and law. Leave the fighting to the grown adults. Your corpse would just be a tripping hazard to those of us having a proper bit of carnage sport. We've got enough useless twats dying for our name as it is. All our horde recruits seem good for, of late, is piling in a shit-wrecking amount on the battlefield. Keeps up, and we'll have to toughen our recruitment standards again. You said something about the horde thinning? Ooh. Insult me again and I'll bury that blade in your belly before you can scream. She peels a surprising but pleasant laughter at your threat. Maybe there's something more to your fate binders after all. Okay. You said something about the horde thinning, smelling until it's thundering, then crashing and receding. It's been the way of the chorus for as long as I've been in it. We take our prisoners alive, give them a chance yet to live, to be reborn into something better, putting any and every able body to the sword, like the disfavored, do is nothing but a waste. A conquered enemy is but a new ally. It merely requires the proper coercion. Of course, we do sometimes have the problem of lingering loyalties. Deserters are rarely successful in their escape, but they do try. The Vendrian Guard, strengthened by their numerous blood ties, have been particularly stubborn, so I have a better plan hatched. And what might that be? I'm thinking we redouble our efforts to recruit settlers, focusing on the unaligned and unsuspecting instead of flushing ourselves to the gills with oathbreakers claimed from the battlefield. How exactly do you plan on convincing them? Knife point has sufficed well enough in the past, but you've inspired me to try a more diplomatic approach this day. What do you say, Binder? You might be able to ease them into the idea and save the lives of their friends and neighbors in the process. If it means expediting the end of this Mandarin conflict, so be it. Sure, why not? It sounds like a bit of fun. Remote settlement is now unlocked on the... Okay, my methods are surefire, you'll see. I'll mark the settlement on your map. Okay. What were you expecting? Let's see. From your deeds during the conquest to how you've helped us since then, suppose I didn't expect much. And you've done nothing to challenge it. By Scarlet Chorus standards, you're no more ordinary than a conscript. Work a little harder on setting yourself apart. Maybe someday you'll live up to your name. What can you tell me about the Scarlet Chorus? We are the voices of Narat's glory made manifest. In the chorus, strength rises and the weak feed the soil. Our ways terrify the cowardly and shock the naive, but our traditions exist to offer promise and prestige to those fit to claim it. We abandon all petty rules for one simple law. The strongest must lead. What is your role? Do you not recognize a Scarlet Fury when you see one? I mean, I have one in my group, so yeah, I kinda do. We are the warrior spirits of the chorus, scholars of sword and shiv. In peace we train those tough enough to endure our lessons, but wise enough to learn from the best. In battle, it is our duty to slay our foes and inspire the horde with our skill and bravery. We are fearless vanguard of this confused but glorious rabble. How has the military life treated you so far? Oh, it's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful life. It's a wonder of wonders. I eat what I want, I shit where I want, I kill who I want. Sometimes I even combine pleasures. Okay. My enthusiasm for the work brought me here. I decorated Scarlet Fury veteran, but I am looking for advancement. If it means killing one of the gang bosses, I'm not about taking a swing at someone bigger than me. They can be bigger than you? Just make sure they don't hit harder than you. Wise words, sister. Okay. Well, that was cool. Who are you? Salveros. Hey, you're from... Oh, you're from the other guys. Hail, Fatebinder of Tunon. Where I, betting or a superstitious man, I'd say fortune must favor me. Fortune must favor me today. I am not. But I am pleased to meet you all the same. Now, what brings you to my little slice of personal damnation, otherwise known as this here mud and shit stinking chorus camp? Have anything you'd like to report, soldier? Maybe you've noticed something unusual during your time here? What about the chorus isn't unusual? The army itself is a strange, malnourished beast, but no, the screamers seem mostly in order, sir, and I haven't been spying. If that's what you're implying, sir. Course, even if I was, it'd be damned near impossible to learn anything from this shit sty. Fifth Eye and those damn Furies don't even loop me in enough for me to do my daily, to do my detail, and it's not for lack of trying on my part. What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm not just here to keep a steady eye on the Oathbreakers, who they give far too much freedom after conscripting. I'm here to be a resource of the benefit of both armies. I can provide insight regarding proper stratagem and request a stock of troops from the Iron Marshal for reinforcements if needed, but they won't listen to me, nor confide in me, nor fight beside the brethren I could request. Why are you stationed here? From the way most of my days go, you'd think I was here to roll with blood chanters and scarlet furies, but my post is to represent the disfavored's interests before Fifth Eye and the Scarlet Chorus for Iron Marshal Arrhenius. Not that I've gotten to do either in so much as at least span. Have they been cooperative? No one tells me anything. They all lack honor and discipline. Don't think they could cooperate even if it's what they actually wanted. Guess I shouldn't be surprised considering they serve the Archon of Secrets. You'd speak ill of one of Kairos' generals? No. You must know, I meant no disrespect to the Overlord, sir. He shifted beneath the weight of his armor uncomfortably. Besides, only a dumb shit or a dying man would insult the voices of in his own camp, and I don't intend to be neither. You act like it's a punishment to be assigned to the details. Isn't it? I know I'm fucking up to get here. I fucked up. Got 3 days in the hole and a nice little promotion to go with my new post. Well, I won't be making the same mistake twice when it comes to the Iron Marshal. I should be out there fighting for Ash's glory, not standing here ready to run back a report should something ever finally fucking happen. What exactly did you do? That you ended up here? Made the grave mistake of suggesting the Iron Marshal wasn't fully utilizing the Scarlet Chorus. Well, here I am, a liaisons officer to a camp of liars and cheats who'd sooner gut me than ask for my aid. Guess you showed me. Our lives are at risk, and even then, you can't get along with the chorus? Begging your pardon, sir, but I've never fought a battle where my life wasn't on the line. Kind of the natures of war, isn't it? Alright. Alright. Let's see. Let's talk to these guys. These guys seem funny. Reg and Baz. Baz. Well, look who we have here. The Fatebinder finally shows himself. I'm Reg. And this is Baz. We were wondering when you might pay the camp a visit. The Fifth Eye has been a little starved for attention. He ordered us to watch you like a troublesome babe. Make sure you don't get out of line. Something like that. If you have questions, ask us. Good luck finding anyone else in camp who'll give you answers, or even smile. Tell me about yourself, Baz. I was a salesword at the beck and call of fat merchants. Just another dented face in the crowd. After too many years of spilling blood in local skirmishes, I realized that I was only killing time. Then Kairos showed me a better way. Unity, purpose. Now I fight for something, not just someone. Been watching the Scarlet Furies practicing my blade work. Not good enough to join them yet, but I bet I could show you a thing or two. Okay. Reg. I had a family, a farm. Then the chorus came, and well, now I have the chorus. Priorities change when you hear screams in the night and feel a blade pressed to your neck. Things like farms and families don't seem as important. I used to have nightmares thinking about the culling. Felt awful remembering how I hacked my ma and dad to bits just so I could survive. What? When the Scarlet Chorus conscripts a village, they hold a ceremony known as the culling. Every able-bodied man, woman, and child is given a weapon and forced to fight their family and friends to the death. Those who survive are deemed strong enough and free from old ties to join the army of the Voices of Narot. Ugh. The Fifth Eye heard me howling one night, pulled me out of the horde and took an interest in me. Now I'm studying magic, calling fire from nothing, and my ma and dad couldn't see. If my ma and dad could see me now, they'd be so proud. Of course they would, of course. Tell me about your time in the Scarlet Chorus. Reg and I were conscripted to the Gates of Judgment. He used to fight for Okkon, me for Azur. 11? No, 14. I count each day and sunder separately. The chorus is not as bad as it smells. The strong like me and Reg are allowed to take what we want, what we deserve. We live only as well as our strength affords us, as it should be. What can you tell me about the Fifth Eye? They say he shares a direct link with the Voices of Narot. Guard your tongue around him. He's a little wild, bloodthirsty, mad, brilliant. I was going to say eccentric. The chorus isn't picky about who joins the ranks, so you can expect to find some unusual types. Most are as likely to kill you as promote you. What do you know about Vendrian's Well? The walls might seem imposing, but the Vendrian Guard do a better job of hiding its weaknesses than fixing them. We took the Citadel once before. We can take it again. We have to, don't we? Though Kairos knows I don't want to stay any longer than necessary. You should know better than to parade your cowardice before the Fatebinder. It's not cowardice, it's just superstition. Okay. Are you afraid of the Spire? Sorry, Fatebinder, I shouldn't have mentioned anything. The fact of the matter is, we were told to stay away from spires and old walls ever since we were babes. Of all the dumb childhood lessons they fell by the wayside, the one stayed the same. Imagine a soldier of the chorus pissing himself over architecture. More likely that's underneath it. The Bane lurk around those old sites and kill anything they can catch unawares. I have no wish to meet the Bane in combat unless there are 100 blood chanters at my back. Okay, Buzz, what can you teach me? Okay, so Buzz knows bows, dual wielding, and unarmed combat. And Reg, do you feel strange? Yeah, ever since the Fatebinder spoke Kairos edict, I felt like bugs were crawling under my skin. Oh, didn't see you there, Fatebinder. Show me what Fifth Eye has been teaching you. Magic Staff, Subterfuge, and Lore. How are we doing on leveling? We need a little bit more. I need 47 subterfuge for that. Let's do a quick save. Snigler Dagos. Is this a merchant? Yeah. What an honor! The name says Niggler Dagos, original from the relative tranquility of the Northern Empire. I've since accepted a nomadic life for the sake of keeping Kairos' forces supplied with only the finest goods, local and imported. It's not much, but let me know if you see anything that piques your interest. What is this? Quality fine, one-handed and thrown weapon. Blood chanter, staff, bronze dagger, Scarlet Chorus leather armor, horde boots, Scarlet Fury gloves, Scarlet Fury helmet, fire eye stone. Okay. Oh. You have some things. We're not gonna do selling right now. No, we're not gonna do that. Well, let's talk to the Fifth Eye. The Binder of Tunon arrives, and we just finished having a bit of sport with some captives. But worry not, we'll have more fun with another batch momentarily. What? The Crimson Spears are the personal gang of Voices of Norat, okay? Now that you have issued the edict and doomed us all to die, have you come to help us climb out of this shithole? I trust you are getting your warriors ready for battle. How has the camp responded to the edict? With newly bowling and occasional orgy, frequent vomiters, the bloodlust is there, but so is the fear of failure. Should our glorious horde fail to overrun the citadel, we will surely all perish. I mean, I don't see the disfavored pulling their weight. not here to follow your every order, but we all need to work together to stop this edict. But of course you are Tunan's concubine, not mine. I envy your long leash and hope you will grace us with your prowess, if only to set an example for the rabble. We know the Oathbreakers are focused in the citadel beneath the mountain spire, but we have learned this is not their only nest. Given their pattern of attacks, they must have a second group maintaining camp here in the outer valley, and unless we deal with this second group, they'll attack from behind the moment we cross the river. You have how large a force, and for all these weeks you've let the enemy move freely through the valley? The disfavored think you cannot control your horde, and that many are defecting back to the Vendrian Guard. Wrong, and perhaps. It is no mean feat to herd this many desperate lives. For every 2 hands of humanity, there is at least 1 finger that snaps from the stress of our ways. A few have been lost on the margins, I won't deny that, but if you store grain, expect some rat feces. If you lead killers, expect some deserters. So you need help taking out these Oathbreakers? So how large a force, and for all these weeks, you let the enemy move freely through the valley? I'm hurt. Insult my manners or maturity, but do not insult that I sit idle when there's blood to be shed. Okay. We have dealt with countless Oathbreakers, but one group remains at large despite our best effort. Captain Pelox's crew consistently evades our kills, our own gangs. And while a good old-fashioned slaughter would be an efficient solution, the smarter answer is not to kill them, but to add their strengths to ours. My last group of scouts returned with a new batch of prisoners, and one of these prisoners claims she can lead us to the Vendrian Guard's secondary camp. Oh, cool. Though there are shreds of deception in her voice. I could use your help questioning the Varian Kel. Perhaps you will get less screams and tears and more useful information out of her. If we knew where to ambush the Oathbreakers, we could try and take their captain and show him the wisdom of joining the curse. Why not just ask the Archon of Secrets? I don't belong to Archon Narat. What's my help worth? Okay, I'll speak to the prisoner. I will meet you there. She is waiting by the other prisoners. Interrogate Varaya. Can we talk to him first? Just interested. Let's deal with Varaya before we let that sage speak. Please, someone. I wish to bow before the voices of Norat. I thought all could find redemption in the chorus. This one was hollering earlier that she knows the location of the Vendrian Guard encampment, but she isn't being entirely honest. I told this thing that I wanted a guarantee I'd live and be welcomed into the chorus as a captain. Then I'll talk. Otherwise, they'll just kill me once I've opened up. I was dumb enough to join with the Vendrian Guard, but I'm not dumb enough to give away my bargaining bronze. Okay. Tell me what you know and I can see to your release. You claim you would disavow your people for the Scarlet Chorus. Why the change of heart? Because I want to live, and you don't need to be the Archon of Premonitions to know that the younger realms are gone for good. Kairos is the new strength of the Tears, and I would rather stand with his Archons than be crushed by them. Tell me what you know and I can see to your release. I heard the chorus is looking for Captain Pelox, Florian, okay, and his crew. I can lead you to them, but only if you release me. Raise your voice, start talking, now. Subterfuge, you're lying. Why don't you tell me what you actually know and I'll see about saving you. You gained 19 subterfuge. Ooh. Skill experience, not points. Well, you see, so I don't know exactly where the rest of my crew is, but I can tell you. What? Search that one. The tall dark one missing most of his face. Check his left foot. He was the literate one in our crew. He had the orders. It's nonsense. Just mash of words. She said she had information. She gives us garbage. Slay this wretch for wasting our time. I heard her say she'd swear fealty to the voices of Narat. An initiation rite would be in order. Seeing as you are an expert on the subject of faith, I will entertain your wisdom on the matter. What then would you propose we do with her? Point to the two other prisoners. Let's test her loyalty. Vraya, kill this guardsman with something blunt. Send her back as our agent. When the time comes, she will aid us. Or we track down her kin. You're wasting a good slave. Work her until she's broken and feed her to the pigs. Sure, let's test her loyalty. Okay, smashes it down on the prisoner's skull, wincing back a scream as she hoists the stone over her head. Okay, so she killed them with a stone, apparently. Good, good. Welcome to the Scarlet Chorus. Do not fail us. Where's a slave to clean up the offal when you need it? Oh my god. Okay, they're super dead. Bye. We're no closer to finding the Oathbreaker's position. Not with this cryptic mess. She promised us answers and all she gave us was gibberish.
Sorry to interrupt, but I highly doubt it's gibberish. More likely, it's one of the local scripts.
Well, hello there, Lantry voice character. Okay, this gets to be more interesting. Who are you?
I'm Sage Lantry, one of the hired quills that was coordinating missives between the Vendrian guard captains. They aren't paying me anymore and aren't coming to my rescue. So I'll decipher that parchment for you. That's what smart prisoners do, right? Make themselves useful.
Hired quills. Running a household or army requires a great deal of logistical know-how, and it helps to be literate and capable of maintaining your own records and ledgers. Okay. Show him the parchment. Can you read this?
Well, let me see. I can't.
So no.
So, I don't know exactly what it says, but I'm half certain that's Sage Selwyn's handwriting. I'm sure I could decipher that in a few hours' time. Don't need my hands free, but I think better when not tied to a post. I know, I'm weird that way.
A few hours? Either you can read it or you cannot. What use is a sage that doesn't know his letters? I've heard all I need to hear. I say we have some fun with this one. It can't hurt to give him a few hours. Your life depends on your translating this scroll now. I mean, it can't hurt to give him some. Okay, your life depends on you translating the scroll.
I would love to help. I just need some time. That's written in another sage's shorthand. I'd have to sit down with it, or better yet, compare it to a piece of his writing I have stashed on me somewhere. If I sat down with it while sufficiently sober, it's highly probable I'd figure it out.
Sober? Since when do we share the good stuff with the prisoners?
Oh, nobody shared. Right before I was taken prisoner, I imbibed several vials of reagents. I wanted to be numb and disconnected when my captors used me for carnal catharsis. It's made these last few days tied to a post almost enjoyable.
It can't hurt to give him a few hours. You read the edict. I don't need to tell you the sundial is working against us. This addled old bag is just trying to stall us. The voices of Narat will be upset to know you squandered a source of enemy intelligence. How true, and then we shan't put him to waste. He will serve as a most riveting source of amusement as we put him on trial.
Fatebinder, I beseech you, be my advocate for this trial. I'm no fool. I know the chorus uses blood, not words, to settle these matters. But you are a servant of the Archon of Justice, are you not?
Wait. As a Fatebinder, it is not my place to tell the chorus how to conduct trials on their own land. Fine, but I'll be his champion. This one needs to live. Okay, I'll be his champion.
Good. I like it when Tunon's puppies get their paws dirty.
I wouldn't mind taking a swing at some loudmouth chorus braggarts myself.
Did you hear that, brothers and sisters? Trial by combat is upon us. Ooh, okay. The sage is unbound from the post, stiff legs nearby. Okay. If they got this worked up to fight the enemy, I venture the war would be over by now. Begin the chant of gathering. Let the warriors know that tonight's entertainment will soon commence. Oh boy. Here we go. Brothers and sisters, what amongst you sets the standard for strength? Who amongst you will help win now the weak from the strong? Whoa. 5? Okay. Our claimants have been assembled. Now let the trial of the Oathbreaker begin.
Look at that!
Okay. Wow. Okay. So, me first. We have a ton of skills. Let's see. Iron trolling. Let's do this. Over here. You move over here. Barrack. Striking iron. Let's move over there. You. Titan's touch. +2 vitality and +2 might. Give that to him.
With your corpse.
Well played.
Now then. Let's see. You can do a shield slam over here. You can do a... She's doing that automatically. Okay. Keep hitting that. Okay. You. Let's do that. Over there. Think a little taunt everyone. New. What do you have here? Renewal. Allied AoE. Armor per piece of armor worn. Quill strike. Sure, let's try that.
Take me if you can.
Where do you think you're going?
So now everyone's going for him, right? Okay, you. Let's see, what do we have here? Let's do a thrust on that. You keep shooting. You do a striking iron, I guess. Is that... Yeah, let's do that. There. You... Where are you? What is this? Restoring allied... Let's do that on him.
Back here.
Okay. I'm kind of getting my ass kicked, I think. I don't know. Let's do this. You keep doing what you're doing. Skewer I don't need. Let's do a thunder over there.
I can't feel my...
Oh, he went down. So he can't do anything anymore. You can use one of those, I guess. Let's do that.
My armor.
She's
Is dead so heavy. Can't move.
Better, faster, and stronger.
Why can't I use this? Oh boy. I think I'm stand your ground, and during this time you will I can't do it. Let's do one of these. I guess that's all I can do.
Did I always have...
Oh, shit.
got dark all of a sudden.
You'll have to hit harder than that.
Oh wow. I'm super dead. Super dead. Load. Shit. When was my last save? Well, anyways, let's do another save and call it a night. We ended on a defeat. Oh well, such is the game. We're playing on the super hard, super hard, unforgiving difficulty. Not permadeath, but still, you know. So, we're gonna have to learn a couple of things for tomorrow and try a couple of things out. Oh well. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for dropping by. Hope you guys have a great rest of the night or evening or whatever, rest of the day. And I'll see you guys back tomorrow. I don't know exactly when I'll be on. I'll probably be a tad bit late again. But other than that, yeah. I can't wait to fuck them up. Alright. Yeah. Bye-bye.